In the coastal town of Seabrook, where the mist hung heavy and the cry of seagulls was drowned out by the ominous rumble of distant thunder, there lived a spirited young woman named Madison. With hair the color of midnight and eyes as deep as the abyss, she was a child of the sea in more ways than one, her heart forever bound to the tempestuous rhythm of the waves. Due to her father's frequent months-long absences, Madison learned to be independent and self-reliant from a young age. From the moment she could walk, Madison was drawn to the water's edge, her steps guided by an unseen force that whispered of secrets long forgotten. Her childhood was a solitary one, spent wandering along the desolate shoreline, her mind alive with visions of creatures that lurked in the shadows. But as Madison grew older, her connection to the sea only deepened, her spirit mirroring the restless fury of the ocean itself. She spent her days exploring hidden caves and treacherous cliffs, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and fear. Yet beneath her fearless exterior lay a longing, a yearning to uncover the mysteries that lay hidden in the depths. From the tales spun by fishermen to the legends whispered by sailors, Madison was captivated by the secrets that lurked beneath the surface of the sea. And so, armed with nothing but her boundless curiosity and an unshakable sense of adventure, Madison set out to explore the world beyond the shore. With each dive beneath the waves, she discovered a world teeming with life, a dark and twisted reflection of the world above, where shadows danced in the depths and the whispers of the dead echoed through the darkness. But it was during one fateful dive that Madison's life would change forever. As she swam through the murky waters, her eyes caught sight of a shimmering figure in the distance, a creature of myth and legend, a mermaid. For a moment, time seemed to stand still as Madison gazed upon the mermaid's form, her heart pounding with a mixture of awe and terror. The creature's beauty was mesmerizing, her eyes as cold and unfathomable as the abyss itself. And then, with a flick of her tail, the mermaid disappeared into the depths, leaving Madison alone with nothing but the memory of their fleeting encounter. From that moment on, Madison's life took on a new purpose, a quest to uncover the truth behind the mysteries of the sea, to unlock the secrets that lay hidden in its depths. With each passing day, her determination grew stronger, her resolve unshakable as she delved deeper into the unknown. But the deeper she ventured, the more she realized that some secrets were better left undisturbed. For the sea was a merciless mistress, its depths hiding horrors beyond imagination, and Madison was but a mere mortal, powerless against the darkness that lurked beneath the waves. And as she plunged deeper into the abyss, she could not shake the feeling that something sinister was watching, waiting for her to uncover the truth or become its next victim. In the depths of the ocean, where light struggles to penetrate the darkness and the pressure crushes all but the hardiest of souls, there exists a realm untouched by the sun's rays, a world of shadows and secrets, where ancient horrors lurk in the abyss. For centuries, sailors have whispered tales of the creatures that dwell in these unfathomable depths, monsters with eyes as cold and empty as the void they call home, and teeth sharp enough to rend steel. But these were just stories, mere legends spun by superstitious minds to explain the inexplicable, or so they thought. Sarah was a seasoned diver, fearless in her pursuit of the ocean's mysteries. With each descent, she ventured deeper, driven by an insatiable curiosity that bordered on obsession. But on one fateful dive, her thirst for discovery would lead her into the clutches of unimaginable horror. As Sarah descended into the abyss, a sense of foreboding crept over her like a shadow. The water grew colder with each passing moment, and the pressure mounted, pressing in on her from all sides. Yet, despite the eerie stillness that surrounded her, she pressed on, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The ocean floor loomed below, shrouded in darkness so thick that even the faintest hint of light struggled to penetrate its depths. Sarah's headlamp cut through the gloom, casting eerie shadows that danced across the ocean floor like specters in the night. Suddenly, a movement caught her eye, a flicker of movement in the darkness, too swift to be natural. Ignoring the chill that raced down her spine, Sarah moved closer, her curiosity getting the better of her. As she drew near, the shadows coalesced into shapes, twisted, grotesque forms that seemed to materialize out of the darkness itself. Their eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and their movements were sinuous and graceful, like dancers performing some macabre ballet. Frozen in place, Sarah watched in horror as the creatures drew closer, their unearthly wails echoing through the water like a symphony of the damned. She tried to flee, but it was no use. The creatures were everywhere, closing in on her from all sides. Desperate, Sarah reached for her emergency beacon, sending out a distress signal to her fellow divers above. But as the creatures closed in, their grotesque forms twisting and contorting in the darkness, she knew that help would not arrive in time. Just as all hope seemed lost, a blinding light pierced the darkness, sending the creatures scuttling back into the depths from whence they came. It was her fellow divers, drawn by her distress signal, who had come to her rescue. Weak and shaken, Sarah was pulled to safety, her mind reeling from the horrors she had witnessed. But even as she lay on the ocean floor, gasping for breath, she knew that the memory of those creatures would haunt her dreams for years to come. To this day, Sarah refuses to return to the ocean's depths, knowing that in the darkness below, there are things far more terrifying than the human mind can comprehend. And as she stares out at the endless expanse of water, she can't help but wonder what other horrors lie hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be discovered by those foolish enough to seek them out. In the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, where the water stretches endlessly to the horizon, lies a mysterious and foreboding realm known as the background ocean. This ocean is unlike any other, its depths shrouded in darkness, and its currents swirling with secrets that have remained hidden for centuries. Legend has it that the background ocean is home to creatures of unimaginable horror, monstrous beings that dwell in the darkest depths, lurking in the shadows and waiting to ensnare unsuspecting prey. Sailors speak in hushed tones of the eerie whispers that echo through the water, carrying with them a sense of dread that chills the soul. Few dare to venture into the depths of the background ocean, for those who do rarely return. But for those brave enough to brave its treacherous waters, the rewards can be great. Ancient shipwrecks litter the ocean floor, their sunken treasures waiting to be discovered by those bold enough to seek them out. It is into this realm of darkness and mystery that our protagonist ventures, a lone diver named Emily, drawn to the ocean's depths by a thirst for adventure and a fascination with the unknown. Armed with her diving gear and a steely resolve, she descends into the abyss, unaware of the horrors that await her below. As Emily delves deeper into the darkness, the pressure mounts, pressing in on her from all sides like a vice. The water grows colder, and the light fades until she is enveloped in total darkness, her only companions the sound of her own breathing and the rhythmic thump of her heartbeat. But just as Emily begins to feel the first stirrings of fear, she sees it, a faint glimmer of light in the distance beckoning her forward like a guiding star. Ignoring the voice of doubt that whispers in her mind, she swims toward the light, her heart pounding with excitement and trepidation. As she draws closer, the light resolves into a shimmering curtain of bioluminescent creatures, their delicate forms glowing with an otherworldly radiance. Mesmerized by their beauty, Emily reaches out to touch them, only to recoil in horror as they transform before her eyes, their graceful forms twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes. Realizing her mistake, Emily tries to flee, but it is too late. The creatures are upon her, their razor-sharp teeth gleaming in the darkness as they close in for the kill. With a cry of desperation, Emily fights back, lashing out with her fists and kicking with all her might. But the creatures are relentless, their numbers overwhelming her as they drag her down into the depths, their eerie wails echoing through the water like a funeral dirge. And as Emily's vision fades and darkness closes in around her, she knows that she has become just another victim of the background ocean, a warning to all who dare to tread its treacherous waters.